I just need him to be on time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
And
And I probably would have
you know,
said, and I hope he drives that Lambo straight to this appointment.
yeah. It's like let's see how fast it really goes.
Let's see how fast that Lambo gets him here.
So then I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and they asked me could I hang around a little bit longer. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, because my next appointment had already rescheduled. So I was like, okay, I got about 20, 30 more minutes, not a problem. So he
Okay.
finally so they finally showed up, and they both like it, and did a three-way with the younger one with Mr. Bean, and same thing, trying to showboat. And I was like, man, I'm not doing this.
Mr.
So
Bean
thank
is
goodness.
fabulous at when they start that, being able to walk them through it. But I
Yeah.
see we have some more people joining us. Welcome, William. Do you like to be called William, Bill? Good morning, Miss Mara. Good morning, Miss Sarah. Miss
Good,
Omi, are you
good
going to be
morning.
the one?
Good morning to everyone, and my sister, the one taking care for welcoming everyone.
You are welcome. You're welcome. So you like to be called William?
Oh, William is better,
William
but
is better. Okay.
yeah, but
Absolutely,
some of
Mr.
my friends
William.
they call me Bill too.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Where are you calling in from, William?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Okay.
Yeah,
Houston
yeah. Thank
Rocket.
you. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sister.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good morning, Miss Laura. I see we have Miss Laura on the line, our Lady of Wisdom.
Good morning. Good morning. How you
Great
doing this
morning to you.
morning? It's great
I
to
am
see you.
well. I am well. Had my coffee, so y'all know I'm ready to go.
My water is on the stove. I haven't gotten quite to it yet, but I soon will. And belated happy birthday, Miss Sarah, my Gemini twin. Yay!
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
You're
Gemini family.
Gemini
Yeah,
family
Carla's a
in the
Gemini
house.
too.
Good
Gemini
morning.
season, shout out, shout out.
Yes, good morning, Miss Carla.
Good morning. I'm on here for just a moment.
Uh-huh.
Want to welcome one of my. I'm sure she's on or on about to be on. Mrs. Laura is going to introduce her, and she's also bringing a guest, a new builder. So, but I
Fantastic.
gotta roll. Just
Oh,
wanted to
you're
say,
looking
hey,
gorgeous. I don't know where you're going, but you're looking gorgeous.
thank you,
You're,
thank you.
you are
Okay.
welcome.
Good
You're
morning,
welcome.
Miss Laura. Miss Laura, good morning. This is Mr. William here.
Wow, good morning, Mr. William. Good morning. Welcome. Houston is definitely in the house. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my favorite leader. How are you?
I am well. I am well, but we're not going to steal the platform from Dr. Arlene
No, you
Sure,
are
Williams.
sure,
quite
sure.
fine. We're a Foresight family, okay?
We
And
are a Foresight family.
we are a
Well,
Foresight family. There's no stealing anything. It's a matter of sharing. That's all that is. We share a platform that Mr. and Mrs. Bean have put together for us for exactly this. This is energy. This is excitement to hear William's voice, to see your smiling face. Come on, make my Saturday. Make my
Good
Saturday.
morning to all.
Good
Good morning.
Mr. Leroy. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Happy birthday to Sarah.
Fantastic.
Right?
You're doing well. You're looking great. You're
Oh,
smiling.
thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome. You're welcome. Miss Omi, can you start the live stream and also start the recording for me, please?
And what's the hour here? Are we ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, we're at the top of the hour. We are ready to rock and roll. I'm going to start the recording. Yes, so good morning, good morning. Our fearless leader is where? In California, getting all the Zeta nuggets for us. So we are here this Saturday morning for our crash camp. And obviously raise your hand. I know Miss Carla is not with us today. She was looking all beautiful and has something to do. But I know that you all have had wins, successes, and different learning, personal development things that you want to share. So raise your hand. You put your hand up, you raise your hand, and you start sharing then I will go ahead and I will call on you. I know we have Miss Laura Johnson on here, Mr. Leroy on here, Solar Vic on here, Miss Candy on here, Sarah on here, Miss Thomas on here, and Mr. William on here. Again, let's put our hands up and let's share our wins for today. So I see Mr. Watson has his hand up first. Let's go, sir. A man put his hand up first. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead.
Can you hear me pretty good?
Nice and clear.
All right, now, hey, you look so refreshed. Being back from that vacation, man, you sound refreshed and look refreshed. You know, oh my God, I need to go. I need to go. Hey guys, I tell you, man, I'm up early this morning out in the streets. Here in Atlanta, we're having a Juneteenth event.
It's frozen.
He froze up there.
Look like Mr. Thomas froze up. There
Yeah,
you
Mr.
go.
Thomas froze up there.
Okay,
Indeed,
can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear you now. Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what? I should have known that. Every time I go by this one spot, I lose connection. So, but what I was saying, I'm going out to a Juneteenth event this morning to pass out some flyers and meet some people, meet some shake hands and meeting babies and stuff. So I'm excited about that. Takeaway for the week has just been, just really sticking with it with solar, water, just sticking with it. When people say no, don't take it personal that they're saying no to me, but the more no's I could get, I'm closer to a yes. Collected some utility bills this week, and just really moving forward. Just moving forward with the businesses. My wife ordered her a Wi-Fi box. She wanted to order it under her. We went through the whole shebang with the monthly payments, and we needed to put it under her name because I can't run any credit right now because I'm about to do something. So it can run your credit depending upon what plan you get. So we use that, and we can't wait to get our box at the house, and we're talking to people about it. So that's my wins for the week. I'm gonna stop right there and let everyone else share. Have a great day, you guys.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. You are a product of the product. You have solar, you have water, you have Zeta. You are definitely a product of the product. And that's how you are able to speak to others with honesty, with transparency, and with authenticity, because you actually use the products. You believe in the products. And I'm telling you, those no's and getting those utility bills. That no for me means what? Not now.
Not right now.
Not right now. Yeah. That's all it means, is not right now. And sometimes, you know what that no also means? I need more information, or I need more proof from you that you are going to, one, stick with what you have said that you're going to do, two, that you're getting the results. And that's what you're showing people day in and day out. Believe it or not, they're stalking you on social media. Those people who said no.
Yeah.
They're actually looking and watching. And I'm going to give you an example of it. So I have a girlfriend who already has solar, right? And we all hang out together. So when I first started, I still said to her, hey, I'm selling some solar right now, right? And do you know, can you give me a testimony, one, since you already have it, and two, if you know anyone who is looking for solar, go ahead and, pass them my way. And she said, oh yeah, I love solar, but she never gave me the testimony. And I still hung out, non-judgmental, still hung out with her. We still go out to eat dinner and all of that. And then one of my girlfriends finished her PhD, so we all got together for dinner. And she said, and I'm excuse my language. She said, "You selling the sugar honey iced tea out of that solar, girl." How did she know I was selling the sugar honey iced tea out of the solar? Because she followed me on social media and she saw me posting, right, about the sales and about helping people to get energy independent. So people, every time you post, Thomas, people are watching. Those who said no will eventually say yes, but they're definitely watching you and watching your results. So keep up the great work. You are doing phenomenal. And make sure we get some pictures of you with the flyers and all of that on social media today, because they're
Right.
you're actively out there, boots on the ground. Okay.
Boots on the ground, yeah. And one other quick thing, my solar bill for the month of April was $53. I think I posted it in our group, but
I saw it.
my wife and I were so excited to see that our power bill went, not our solar bill, but our power bill went from $350 down to $53 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Without a storage battery. So we're excited about the solar bill.
Mm-hmm. And in Georgia too, because Georgia is a tough state when it comes to solar because of how the rates are. So that's a
Yep.
testimony to put out there for all the other Georgians in the house.
Yep.
All right,
Thank you for letting me
sir.
share. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Leroy. I see you have your hand up. Uh-oh, Mr. Leroy, your hand is up and you are still muted.
How's that?
Ah, much better. There we go, sir.
All right. Good news. My box is on the way. I got a notification of shipment yesterday, and that's good. So I'm going to be actually out, sharing the videos and so forth, and see can I get this density going. And also, there's potential of one water sale, and also to pick up an electric bill tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow is Sunday, isn't it? And I'll be picking up an electric bill tomorrow. So that's pretty good week.
That is a very good week. That is a great week, Mr. Leroy. Thank you for sharing.
Oh yeah, my water is going into installation probably sometime next week. I already have it. Just waiting on a plumber. Right.
Yep, another product of the product, Mr.
Product of the
Leroy.
product, yes.
You've got the water coming. You have Zeta coming. You've got an electric bill. So not only are you a product of the product, but you're also working the system that was put into place. It's a very, very simple system. You peak interest, you get the bill, you put the bill in as a lead, choose a mentor, and then you let that mentor go to work for you, educating you on how to eventually present the proposals yourself, because that's what that's the next step of your evolution, Mr. Leroy, is going to be, I've done enough and seen enough and learned enough that I now can be the presenter and the closer of my own proposals. And I can see you getting there.
Yeah.
I can see you getting there. You are welcome. You're welcome. That Zeta box, I'm telling you.
Can't wait.
I know. Mine is on the way. I got that little email that said your box has been, or your Zeta has been shipped. I am excited. It even gave me the date that it's gonna be there. I am completely stoked because there are sections in my house that you cannot access the internet. And if you do, it's spotty. So to have it enhanced. And then the next step is going to be to get my whole neighborhood with a Zeta box so we can do what? We can build that network. And then I see a Woodard internet provider. I see a Johnson internet provider. I see a Watson internet provider.
Right.
I see
That's
a
what I'm
Trend
talking
internet
about.
provider. It's coming soon to a theater near you. And then 50,000 tokens already on the Solana chain.
Oh my Lord.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on. See the writing on the wall. And then a worldwide network decentralized internet. Oh, we're about to disrupt. I like the way Fabio puts. I call him Fabio. I like the way Fabio puts it. We're here to disrupt.
Disrupt.
Disrupt. We're downright disruptful is the way I like to put it. Right? But
Absolutely.
again, being a product of the product, following the system that's already been put in place. And I've seen your growth, Mr. Leroy. I've seen the work you've put in, the personal development that you've done to get to where you are. Keep going, keep plugging into the system, keep getting your electric bills, keep being a product of the product, and bring on more team members. And those goals, dreams, and those aspirations that you have will happen. It's not a matter of whether or not it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Miss Laura Johnson.
Great morning, Crash Camp family. It's always a plum pleasure to be here with each and every one of you on this platform that Mr. and Mrs. Bean have created for us. I mean, we can never take for granted what we have here, because this environment that the Beans have created for us is just so supportive of our business efforts. I mean, it's supportive of our personal efforts as well. Because if any of you have the opportunity to speak to Mr. Bean on a one-on-one, he knows who you are. I mean, he talks to you like, like your brother or your best friend or something. He knows who we are, and he is creating this for us. And so there's no better place to be. So thank you for that. But this has been an extremely busy week for me. I am so happy and grateful for the busyness of the week. Starting out last Saturday, I did a launch call for one of the builders who is on here right now, Mr. Thomas Butler. Did a launch call for him. And Mr. Butler, the attendance on that call was over 19 people. And Mr. Butler is following up with those people. He is determined to get his dual team done before the end of the month. And he's on a run right now to become a Builder 500. And he's under the team of Marva and Carla. So that's really, really exciting to, see the growth in the team. She's not on, and she's not going to be able to be on because she's headed to a Delta event. But a new team member, Dr. Judith Hatch out of Georgia, she became a builder through the purchase of Zeta. I know that doesn't become active until when she pays her $99, but she is so excited that I did another presentation call for my team last night for another team member, and she was on that call with a guest, and she was attempting this morning to get that guest, Miss Sharon Dunlap, onto this call, even though she wasn't going to be able to be on the call. So she's already into growth mode, and she's planning to meet me in Atlanta at the event, the Zeta event. She lives in very southern Georgia, but she's driving up to be there. More happenings this week. I did an opportunity to do 2 solar consultations with Idris. One of them is talking to their significant other in the deal, and is really excited and happy to move forward. And so we have a follow-up appointment for that. And then I was able to personally purchase my second Zeta. And I, like Leroy, got my email that my first one is on the way. So thank you so much for allowing me to share. People, stick and stay, you will get your pay. Don't let any of the challenges get in your way, because they're just there to test your mettle. And I know that each person that's on here has enough mettle to go through any challenges. And if not by yourself, we're all here to be here for you. Thank you, Dr. Arlene, for allowing me to share.
Oh, you were more than welcome, compadre of my alma mater. Let's go. Miss Laura always she's when Miss Laura speaks, I stop and I listen because there's always a nugget of wisdom coming from her mouth. She chooses her words wisely, and she's very, 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 very intentional in what she says. And she said, stick and stay, and don't let obstacles or excuses get in your way. Stick, stay, don't let obstacles or excuses get in your way. Miss Laura is also an example of following the system. Following the system. She runs her numbers. Don't get it twisted. She will tell you, I have 25% of this call. 25% of the people on this call are mine. So she looks at her numbers too. She pays attention to who's plugging in so that she can identify who to work with. Right, Miss Laura? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then she's a product of the product. You hear this old Mr. and Mrs. Bean talk about it over and over and over again. If you look at the 8-point system, Miss Laura is a living, walking, breathing example of that 8-point system. She is a product of the product. She's using it. She has solar. She has Zeta. Matter of fact, she's about to get her second Zeta box, right? She's a team builder, so she's working both ends. She's had 2 solo consultations with Idris, which means if she's kayaking or rowing, she has both oars going, so she's going forward. So she's not using one where she's going in a circle, she's using both. So she had 2 solo consultations. She's a product of the product. And then on top of that, she's a Builder 500 who's about to start producing Builder 500s in her organization, in her team, in her dual team. Soon enough, Miss Laura's going to be a Builder 1000. Then she's going to be a Builder 2000. Then she's going to be a Builder 4000. Then she's going to be a Builder 8000. Why? Because she's the product of the product. She plugs into the system. She plugs her people into the system. She watches her numbers. She's obviously doing personal development because you can see the development in her. You can see the wisdom, the confidence radiating from her. Miss Laura, I am honored to be in association with you because you're making it all happen. You're making it all happen simultaneously, and I love it. So for those of you who haven't gotten your Zeta box, get it. Remember, after 500, that's it. Game over. You're going to be paying full price. So get your Zeta box now, and then look at the different places, different venues for the Zeta tour. Look at if you know anyone on June 21st who's going to be in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where Mr. Bean's going to be. That's where the fire is going to be. That's where Kevin Ross is going to be. That's where you get your people into Zeta. Get them there so we can start building that network. Get them there so they can take advantage of the discounted price. They can also take advantage of getting the 50,000 tokens. So June 21st is Memphis. June 28th is Atlanta. And Ms. Laura already has people plugged into the Atlanta event. So she's plugged in. June 24th. Come on now, Maryland, DMV, Miss Carla, Miss Marva, Miss Sarah, Dr. Arlene. I'm going to slap myself right in there too. Come on. Let's go. Let's blow up the DMV. We want our own internet provider on the DMV. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So the 24th is the DMV. The 28th is, let me make sure I can put Houston. I know Houston has had the collaboration events, the collaboration mixers. So there is no reason that Houston can't have 100 people in that room. 150 people in that room for Zeta, for Mr. Bean, and for Mr. Kevin Ross. So Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Miss Laura, for sharing. And now I see Solar Vic has his hand up. Let's go, sir. Tell us your successes for this week.
Hey guys, how's everybody?
All right.
So you know, I have some. What's wrong, honey? I'm coming, babe. I'm making you breakfast. Hold on. So I just want to tap in real quick, guys. You know, the success that I'm having is personal, and what I mean by that is that learning to overcome the challenges that come with our business. Yes, I do have new affiliates, but affiliates to me will prolong your process. They will hold you back sometimes because I'm on the phone. Wait, I'm on the phone. Okay. They will sometimes, they will slow your process sometimes, but you still have to be there for them, to support them, to perhaps shine the light a little bit brighter for them. You have to be an example for them. So what I've learned, my win basically is to use those affiliates to an advantage of me keeping up my vision. That's my win. My win is just not to, don't feel bad about it that they're not taking action, they're not taking you serious, or maybe they're not taking the opportunity serious. That doesn't matter. I'm taking it serious. Okay. I'm going to lead by example. They can continue to eat popcorn and entertain themselves, but you're going to continue to see me going in action. I will call you, I will text you, I will inform you, hey, you need to be on this call. But you can't make anybody do anything, right? Only thing I can do is do what I got to do. That's my win. And I'm not going to give up. I got my main inspiration over here, right? So it doesn't matter what they do, what they say. It matters more about what they do. So Mr. Bean has given me specific instructions, and I intend to stick to those instructions. That is it. That's it. I did collect a new bill, so that's a win. I do have someone that's hopefully be closing. If this individual closes, I will be on to my 5 deals. Got a couple in the pipeline, but you know what? It's always challenges. I don't become discouraged, and I encourage everyone that if you're hitting that wall, take a couple of steps back, put your shoulder into it, and hit it again. Eventually, you'll break through like Mario Kart, and you just keep on going. And what we have our hands on with Zeta, I will admit that I slept on this for a minute. I really didn't realize the power of Zeta and the disruption that it can cause. I didn't sleep the other night because I really, really dove into the information. And it kind of like let me know, like I called my best friend. I'm like, dude, if you don't see what I see, then what are you looking at? Like, are you looking at something different? Because the information that I'm sharing with you is so powerful. Like, get excited, man. Like, some of these people don't have a pulse, and it's not it's not, some people are just not inspired. You know what? And you know what it is? A lot of them are just lazy. But the bottom line is, if you can be lazy and find inspiration, okay, you can. So some of them just don't have any inspiration. People start dreaming after age 30. Well, guess what? That's not happening over here in Colonial Beach, Virginia.
That's right.
I'm not stopping, guys. So, don't be discouraged. Keep pushing. Those people that are slacking and not taking action, they still fuel my fire. I
That's
feel
right.
for them. I feel for them. But you know what? Like I told the person who told me no the other day, I said it professionally and I said it kindly. I said, hey, you know what? Thank you for your no. I said, but I'm going to be very honest with you. And before I say what I want to say to you, can I follow up with you in about 3 to 6 months to let you know what's going on in our company?
Yes.
And he said, yeah, because timing is everything, and it might not be his time.
That's
and I
right.
just want to, and I just told him, I said, you know what? I just want to be honest with you, and please don't take it the wrong way. I said, but you can if you want to. I really don't care. But this is the bottom line. It does not affect my family. It only affects yours. That's it. And that's my win, Dr. Arlene. And I try to, I know I went a little bit long, but thank you.
You are more than welcome. I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate the passion. And that's what I hear in your voice. I hear passion. Excuse me. I hear someone who cares about winning. Someone who cares about sharing the opportunity with people, and someone who cares about making sure that he does the right thing, even when other people don't. And I appreciate that. There are two words I would remove from your vocabulary, though.
What's that, ma'am?
I would remove but.
Yes,
I would
ma'am.
substitute with however and.
Yes, ma'am.
Things are a challenge, but no, things are a challenge. However, I am pressing forward. People are not doing what they're supposed to do, but no, people are not doing what I expect them to do. And I am doing what I know I can do. Because whenever you use that word, but, whatever happened before but is negated. And all they hear, right? And that's all they hear is you. And that's, we're going to talk about the agreement drill today.
Okay.
And but is a disagreement word. And
understood.
You always, 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 always agree. Why? Because people move to people who agree and they move away from people who disagree. Are you attracting or are you repelling? But is a repelling word and is an attracting word. So we're going to use those attracting words to go ahead and work with individuals. Mr. Bean calls it affiliates incubators. He calls a no an incubation answer. Basically, those are individuals who they haven't they have that little bit of belief. I had a really long discussion this week, a 3-hour discussion on faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And can doubt and belief reside together? And the answer is yes, they can. Because you may have doubt, but if you have a seed of belief, and that seed starts to germinate, that doubt starts to go away. And that belief builds to the point where they will take action. And that's what your affiliate is. Your affiliate is that seed. There may be doubt or other things that are layered on top of that seed, but you continue to feed that seed in fertile ground like Crash Camp. You continue to feed that seed fertile ground like Millionaire Mindset. You continue to feed that seed, you water that seed, you till that soil, you do all of those things, plugging them into the system. If they're not reading something positive, then send them a section of a book. At least they're going to read that paragraph, hopefully, that you sent them. That is fertile ground. You're fertilizing the ground. You're tilling the ground. You're making things happen. So affiliates are actually just seeds to becoming builders. And it's just a matter of time before they germinate. And if the weeds come up around them and choke them out, you've still done your part. You've watered, you've fertilized, and you've continued to nurture and you've continued to grow. So even though it seems as though only affiliates are coming right now, those affiliates, if you continue to nurture, a certain percentage of them will become builders because they'll see the evidence of things hoped for in your results and in your actions, and they'll be inspired by that. So thank you. And then leading by example, Mr. and Mrs. Bean are the epitome of leading by example. They do not do it. They don't ask us to do anything that they wouldn't do themselves. Mr. Bean is on this Zeta tour with Kevin Ross, setting an example for us as to how to launch a product. Hey, it's not only about sales that Mr. Bean is looking at. He's also looking at us as leaders and training us as leaders as to how to properly launch a product. He started in his home base. I don't know if you observed that. He started with his home base. And then in that home base, he had Kevin Ross. And then he used clips. Pay attention. He used clips of what happened in his home, at his home base, to promote the Zeta Tour, the 21st, the 24th, the 26th, the 28th. I hope you're using those clips on your social media to promote whichever region, territory, or if you're using all of them to build a Zeta momentum, to build your own personal momentum, because that is what Mr. Bean is showing us.
You want to bring a computer on?
Let me see, Vic, I'm going to mute you. Okay, you're muted again. So thank you, Vic, for sharing. Let's see who we have. The queen of networking, Miss Angel Tren. You're up next.
Great morning, everyone. Great morning, Dr. Arlene. Thank you so much for your servant leadership. And I'm so excited to see what you're going to be training us on. I love learning, and I love learning from everyone because, you know, everyone has their talents and they bring everything to the table. And it's so great to learn, you know, run together. So I appreciate you, Dr. Lean. You and the George team are always servant leaders, always sharing and always educating us with whatever whatever you're doing and inspiring us as well, right? I mean, I hope to have that, you know, a trend team too. They're a little bit little, but you know, they're running with me right now because, you know, at the beginning of this month, I actually decided, I made a decision, right? I got mad and I decided that I'm going to do a 90-day blitz, right? And so, you know, what happens next when when you're excited and you got the 90-day blitzes, everything gets thrown at you, the book. All right, then I made a decision and boom, you know, everything like can go wrong, will go wrong, and did go wrong, right? But, you know, I said, you know what? That's not going to deter me. I'm on this 90-day blitz, and whoever is on the 90-day blitz with me on my team, I'm going to show them that I'm going to not be swayed by anything that is in my way, right? And so I said, whatever, let it to be God. Let God handle your all your challenges and just do what I did. And I just went out, I went networking just like, you know, you're supposed to do the 90-day. And wow, it's been a very, very busy week. I'm telling you, I networked from Tuesday to Thursday. I believe some of them were like 2 in a day. But you'd be surprised what you find out there. I think every single network, if they're not sitting down with me to talk about Zeta, if they're not being at the event, they're also, you know, looking for something right now, you know, especially, you know, if you guys have real estate events in your area, please go. Number one, those are great partnerships for us, right? Because all of them have homeowners. Number two, you know, the real estate market is struggling right now, right? Because of all the new things that are coming out. And then, you know, people don't know what they're doing. And what happens when confused people, they wait. They wait. And so all the realtors, if you talk to them, they're like, well, we don't have buyers right now, right? They're not buying because they're waiting. They're waiting for, you know, what's coming next. What do I need to do? And so it's a waiting period for their clients, but now they're looking for all kinds of stuff. So they're going to insurance, they're going to whatever. So why not share them build, right? And so I have about 5 to 6 people that are in the pipelines right now, getting their funds ready to get started. I've been doing back-to-back Zooms this week, and it's just it turns out, you know, once I'm excited about Zeta. I can't stop talking about that. I mean, literally, you know, I was at an event, I had a little round table and I was talking about Zeta, and they're like, man, this lady was like oh man, do you have another event coming? Because, I'm actually speaking at an event. I was like, I don't know, hon, but I mean, we can have an event, but Kevin Ross ain't gonna be there. And she's like, man, you're gonna get FOMO. If you talk to me and you don't show up to this event, it's gonna be FOMO for sure, right? So, just that, get your confidence up, get your excitement, and that's it. They can see it, they can smell it, and they don't want to be left behind. So I'm sorry if I went a little bit long.
No apologies needed at all, Miss Angel Trent. I hope you all listened to Miss Angel and what she said. Miss Angel before Zeta, Miss Angel before any of the products that you see here, laid a foundation. She laid a foundation of going out to networking events, whether it's in person or online, and garnering names and numbers. Why? Because that feeds her pipeline. Regardless of how you get those names and numbers, what feeds your pipeline are those names and numbers that you get. Whether it's, for us, it's through lead generation or through social media. For Angel, it's through networking. This is all part, that is a major fundamental skill set. We all also have a ton of names and numbers on things like this called our cell phone. Have you gone through your cell phone again in your warm market regarding Zeta? Ask yourself that question and sit down today and go to your phone and reach out to 50 people on your phone, not via text message, via a phone call, a live-to-live phone call, so they can hear the excitement in your voice, right? Because when they hear the excitement in your voice, no matter what they've seen you do before, they'll know that this is something different for you. So Angel's made a decision. She decided, right, which means she cut off or killed all other options, that she's going to do a 90-day blitz. And regardless of who goes with her or who doesn't go with her, she's made a decision to do it. Why? Because she wants to make herself bulletproof. I heard that, Angel. I heard you say, my little group. Words have power. You are a recruiting machine. You are a Builder 2000 going on to Builder 4000, 8000 and beyond. And you understand that you have a group of people who are now watching you, regardless of whether they're little or big. They're watching you go through a 90-day blitz, and you're setting an example. I like that. Run, Miss Angel. Run, right? Run. Do the 90-day blitz. Get those subscriptions to process on the 1st and on the 15th. And you'll be Builder 8000. Keep your process, keep your system, because you have a process and a system that works for you online and offline. And all you have to do is continue doing the things that you're doing now and do more. You know, we studied GCU, Grant Cardone University. He talks about 10x, but we need to 100x. And I'm talking to myself. I need to 100x. Right? Now that we have lead generation going for solar, guess what? Lead generation for recruiting is next. Sarah has also gone back and studied Miss Angel's system, which means she's going to teach it to her mama, but still, hey. Right? She's going to teach it to me, and I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to be a student. And that's what Miss Angel is. She's humble. She's a student. She keeps her ego out of the way, which means if she had an ego, she'd be edging her goals out. But she doesn't have, she has a healthy ego where she's like, look, with or without you, I'm about to do this. You're coming? Can you run with me? Or am I going to outrun you? Which one? Tell me now, tell me fast. And if you need to incubate, I know exactly where to put you. In the incubator, I'll feed you some baby food till you can handle some solid food. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Angel. You go, girl. Thank you for sharing, Miss Angel. Miss Leslie, I see your hand up. Beautiful lady. What do you have for us today? Share your successes.
Well, thank you, Dr. Arlene. all those golden nuggets. I'm happy and grateful for all the testimony story I heard. I just don't forget my voice, so that's why a lot of time I don't get on. Anyway, and today I'm settled down too. I'm not at an event. But thank Mr. Smith for his platform to share. And my wins for the week, on Wednesday, I had an appointment to meet a professor at a university in South Carolina. And lo and behold, I went to deliver him something. And he asked, because I met him, also a networking event. I met him at a nutritional cooking workshop. And at that event in March, I mentioned him about solar and Ren H2O. So before I left, he said, well, what about your solar business? I said, oh, it's going great. But I said, now we also have a new network for highest speed of internet, the highest method out there. He said, and I said, we're about to go international. He said, well, you need to talk to Professor so-and-so. He's an international, professor. So lo and behold, he introduced me to the professor. And he asked me, I told him about Zeta, because that was my focus with this second professor. And I told him that we didn't know about to go international. I showed him a brief, I showed him my page about the Zeta box. And he said, what country are you in? I mentioned every country except, he said, well, what about Africa? I said, oh my God. I said, yes, sir, please forgive me. We are definitely going to Africa. He said, I have connection with important people in Africa. And he said, I see how we can collaborate. He said, I said, oh, he said, collaborate. So I love that word. So anyway, before I left his office, I got his phone number, and I was going to follow up with him to give him a introduction to the Zeta. You'll see more information. So I called Miss Laura, my amazing senior business partner. Anyway, she suggests what I should send to him to watch. So I called him yesterday, but of course it's a weekend and most universities close on Fridays. But first thing Monday morning, I'm going to make that connection. I called him with a voice message. So I'm just excited about that. And I'm happy and grateful for that call last night. She did for a new team member. So I invited a guest last night. And she, after it was over, I called her. She asked what she liked best. She said, oh my God, this is a no-brainer. She said, my mind is like open. I see it. And she said, well, her husband wasn't home at the time. She said, I want my husband to hear this information. She said, I want to tell him. I said, that's right. Let him see it. So we have scheduled an appointment for her and her husband to see it together and then make that sound decision. But she's excited. So that's my win. And also, Dr. Arlene, I don't know if I'm a host or not, but it's asking me to admit people in. So I was busy doing that as well. I said, oh my God, I don't want to have anybody waiting in the waiting room. So I'm multitasking. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are great at multitasking, Miss Leslie, and your voice sounds beautiful. Let's go there. Let's just go there. Again, a nugget after this is what I love about the Forsyth family. Each and every person brings a different perspective, a different energy, and a different nugget that hopefully speaks to a part or that you're working on. And Miss Leslie, she talked about having an appointment. How many appointments have you done this week? Regardless of what the appointment is for. It could even be an appointment with yourself for your own personal development. How many appointments? She said she booked an appointment. And because she booked the appointment, she kept the appointment. And because she kept the appointment, she got a referral. There's a process. There's a cycle and action. She took action. She had to book the appointment. And even though it was for solar at first, it moved on to Zeta. She was able to transition into Zeta. Why? because she is a student of her business. She's educated, that she has multiple brokerages of home essentials that anyone can use. She believes in her product. And because she believes that the product is the right thing for that person, she's able to book that appointment and have that conversation. Thank you, Miss Leslie. And keep booking those appointments, because our fearless leader, Mr. Bean, says, just do one presentation a day and you will be a different person 365 days from now. Just one presentation a day. Even if you present to yourself. Here's a challenge. Go live. Go live, because I'm going live on Facebook. And for 3 minutes. Once a day. What will I speak about? Zeta. What will I speak about? Personal development. What would I speak about? The Foresight family. What would I speak about? Solar. What would I speak about? Any of the products that we have, any of your brokerages. Like one of the reasons that I posted on Facebook, our trip, you'll realize under every post, there was hashtag Eventi. Right? I posted about being able to pay cash through a family business to take my daughter on a vacation to Puerto Rico, and doing it through our own business, our own travel club membership. Right? Miss Leslie is obviously out there speaking to people about her different brokerages. Then she said something interesting. So she initiated the appointment, got the appointment, and then she did what? She followed up. If you go and you listen to those GCU recordings that Omi is putting out every day, you'll learn that process. You'll understand that Miss Leslie is going through this, what's called the sales cycle. Everything is selling. You had to sell your spouse on why you were the right person for them at the right time, right? You had to sell if you're still working a job, you had to sell your job. You had an appointment, which was an interview. You went to that appointment. And then from that appointment, the follow-up was you're either hired or you're not hired. And you got hired. And then the next follow-up was your start date. You closed it, you got in there and you performed. And therefore you've gotten promotions at work. Everything takes you through that sales cycle, whether it's for solar or whether it's personal, it's a relationship. There's a cycle. And Miss Leslie is following that cycle. And part of that cycle is that follow-up. You hear the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is also in preparing for the follow-up and understanding that you have to follow up. And that's what Miss Leslie understood. She understood I have to follow up, because each follow-up is a touch. And it takes 8 to 12 touches to close the deal. 8 to 12 touches to close the deal. And she talked another nugget. There are lots of nuggets in. I'm gonna have to get. I see Mr. Freddie has his hand up and Mr. Beckett has his hand up. But there's two other nuggets in there, Miss Leslie. She had the wife by herself, right? And then she did what? She booked a follow-up with both decision makers at the table. You know what she just did? She just did checkmate. That's what that is, Miss Leslie. That's a checkmate. Check. The wife bought in and she's excited. Checkmate. Now you have both of them sitting at the table. And when the husband sees the wife excited, if he is truly the man, he's going to want to make sure she stays excited and she stays happy. And she's going to do the same for him. Guys, don't think that I'm being biased here, right? But when he sees his wife that excited and he sees that smile on her face, and he's a man after God's own heart, he's going to want to keep that smile on her face. So she's getting them together. And then collaboration. This is the buzzword going across, rippling and reverberating is the word I want to use, across businesses worldwide. Collaboration, connection equals cash. Collaboration, plus connection equals cash. So thank you, Miss Leslie. Thank you for sharing. Mr. Freddie, you're up next.
Good morning, Dr. Arlene. I just want everybody to know that Christmas is coming early this year. My Zeta box will be in my hands on Wednesday. To order it on the 23rd of last month and to already get it this quickly is absolutely amazing. Because for me, the internet is something that's very touchy. I've been selling internet ever since the early 90s, and to see it go from dial-up speed to now you being able to get 2 gig is absolutely amazing. To where, and then as far as the coverage as well, because you have so many people out there that has this spotty internet that doesn't cover their entire home. So I'm looking forward to being able to, as far as get the speed and the coverage, and it's going to be on. It's go, go, go from that point on.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Freddie. I like the image in the background. That's the Zeta image right there in front of us where you see all the different links coming together.
Taking
and that's what we're creating.
Take it to the work. Take it to the work.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we're creating. With the Zeta box, we start off by enhancing our internet. Then we start building the infrastructure for those links to come together. And then once those links come together, the next phase, the next iteration is we now have decentralized internet. So we're going to have Ross, internet provider. We're going to have Beckett, internet provider. We're going to have Johnson, internet provider. We're going to have George, internet provider. We're going to have Corey, internet provider. That's who we become the Xfinities of the world. Stop and think about that for a minute. You are rivaling Verizon. You're rivaling Xfinity. Not that you want to take over their market, but we're disrupting it enough to be able to build that network and to be able to have the average person benefit from that market, from that industry. Think about that for a minute. Cast the vision. How many people do you want in your network with the Zeta boxes across the world? Not just within the US, across the world, on the continent of Africa, Miss Leslie said. How about the continent of Australia? How about the European continent? Come on. South and Central America, Canada, right? Mr. Ross just said that he's been in the internet since the 90s, and he is excited about the Zeta box. Come on. How are you in an industry that long and then get reignited and excited? He sees something here. And when someone with that kind of experience sees something, you focus on it. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to it because it is massive. We have solar, $1 trillion industry. Communications, $1 trillion industry, zillion-dollar industry. Home security, smart money, all of water. These are all $1 trillion industries that we get to build brokerages in and build distribution, points of distribution. How many points of distribution do you want? Because I see Mr. Ross with a background that says he wants a massive network of points of distribution for internet that is going to disrupt an industry that is going to change lives. And on top of that, you get to give. I don't like the word give back. You get to pay it forward. Because giving back kind of assumes that you've taken something, so you have to give it back. Paying forward means I have acquired And as a result of acquiring, I now have the ability to share and bless others. So we're going to be able to bless communities that have no internet access right now with an infrastructure. If you can't buy into it because of the funds that you would earn, the cash that you would earn, buy into it because you're going to be able to help. I'm just saying, it's just food for thought. All right, let's see. Mr. Beckett is going to be our last one, and then we're going to go into training. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Beckett, you're up.
I'm looking at the news anchor, the Dr. Arlene. This is News Channel 1 out of the East Coast. Yes, phenomenal job. Thank God for the platform, the Beans that I know is doing what we're about to do next week. So real quick, just some edification points from Mrs. Leslie. Miss Joyce Meyer has a different voice for a female, and she's a global impact player for the kingdom. I know a personal young lady that is a global impact player that has a voice that is very much like Miss Leslie. So that doesn't make you put you in the background. That makes you so unique, and that can be your marketing attraction point because there's not many like you, and the rarest of the diamonds are the ones that most people look for. So Miss Leslie, that's you. So real quick, with our project, Project 6000 Zeta is our global piece that we've got as a team, and that's our mantra: 6,000 Zeta boxes in the next 90 days. Project 5,000 for a team, working on the completing that 100 tickets for our Memphis Zeta event coming up next Saturday with Mr. Kevin Ross and Dr. Bean himself. And just edifying the system again with the lead generation and Miss Angel Trend, the networking queen. So personal activities have been chicken list focused. I am taking this sharpshooter and I'm picking them chickens off, and they're good looking chickens too. And I like chicken. Anyway, oh my God, I'm talking about finger looking good. And guess what? I don't know how to explain this. And Mrs. Arlene, you emphasize it. I'm not trying to make my timing everyone else's timing. I don't know. But let me tell you, if it's no one else's timing on the planet, it's mine. My activities, my behavior, my best personal daily goal of contacts have been 100. I've literally contacted 100 people in a day. Never did that and since Amway back in the day. My average personal contact, when I'm not even trying, is about 10 to 20. Okay. Personally doing 3 to 5, 10 overviews, contacts, sessions, just crazy. I'm a crazy man in a good way because this is not a 7-figure deal for me or even 8 figures. This is 9 figures launching on into the stratosphere. I am laying the groundwork in Africa. I got a 20-year business person out of Johannesburg in Memphis that's connected in Nigeria. If there was ever time for you to go to your creator, to get him to help you to breathe on the embers of what has been. He hadn't changed his mind. I don't know about tomorrow. All I know is that when I wake up, it's today. So I'm gonna treat it like today. And today is the day. Let's go build Bean Team. You are champions, you are conquerors, you're more than overcomers. To the moon, and let's create the next galaxy. Let's go, team. I got to get out of here. I got folks waiting on me now. Miss Dr. Arlene, to Miss Angel Trend, Miss Leslie, and oh my God, this South Kakalaki queen that's kicking butt. OMG, I salute you. Let's go. Boom.
Let's go. I love it. 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 I know he has to go, but those nuggets, Joyce Myers. Yes. Her voice is distinct, just like your voice is distinct. Miss Leslie, you know what having a voice like yours does? It makes people pause because they have to listen carefully to what you say. So they become active listeners by hearing your voice. I love it. I heard a goal. Nothing happens until you write your goals down. And I heard 6,000 Zeta boxes within the next 90 days. I hope I got that right. 100 tickets to Memphis. He has those goals written down because he was reading them. Have you written your goals down? I'm going to go on goals a little bit, I know, and before the agreement drill presentation, but right? And on 100 tickets. I actually have index cards by my bedside. And when I get up in the morning, I write out what is my intention. First of all, if God wakes me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I get up going, really? And then I say, okay, Lord, what is it? And if you're not religious, I'm not shoving religious down your throat or spirituality down your throat. I'm just sharing my experience and what happened for me. I have index cards by my bedside so that when I get that inspiration at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I write it down because sometimes I will not remember when I go back to sleep and I wake back up and then I execute. There's power in writing down your goals. There's power in putting a date to your goals. I heard 6,000 Zeta boxes. I heard 100 tickets in Memphis. So guess what? I will be speaking for Mr. Beckett when I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, that he's going to have 6,000 Zeta boxes sold across the world. And he's going to have 100 tickets and 100 guests with cheeks in the seats. Come Memphis. Have you written your goals down? I'm going to pause on that. I heard lead generation. I heard chicken list, that he's going to have chicken soup and he likes chicken. Do you have people in your phone or in your circle of influence? Because I know I still have a chicken list. There's an orthopedic surgeon. I've been hesitating on calling him because he's in the multi-million club for his practice in orthopedic surgery. But guess what? He still needs an opportunity. He still needs solar. He still needs access to Zeta. All of those things. So I'm calling my chicken list too and having me some chicken soup because I like chicken soup. And I heard not only did he write his goals down, but he put action behind the goal because faith without works is dead. Faith and belief in your goals, if you don't act on it, it doesn't drive you to action, then it's dead. It's dead. I heard 3 to 5 to 10 overviews, contacts, and other kinds of sessions on a daily basis to lead to his 9-figure business. Are you writing down your goals? Are you speaking your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations? Faith without works is dead. So thank you everyone for sharing on the platform today. I am inspired by all that I hear and all that you share. And that's why I call this my double dose on Saturday, because I need the injection. It's going to carry me out throughout the day. Yes, you could call me a crash camp addict. It's okay. My name is Dr. Arlene, and I am a crash camp addict. It's all good. Right? Yes, sir. So I'm going to get started here. Today, we're going to talk about the agreement drill, because Omi has been every day has been posting Grant Cardone University. I hope you're taking the time to listen to that. Even if you can't listen to it that day, bookmark it, earmark it, whatever kind of mark you have to do, and then go back. And even if you just listen to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a daily basis, and you don't sit down and digest it all in one setting, I hope you're taking advantage of that, because Miss Laura and myself and others were paying $150, $300, $500 a month to have access to what Mr. Bean has been kind enough to open up to everyone because they're builders. So that $99, because you pay that $99 a month, you have $150 to $300 to $500 a month access to knowledge. I hope that you are actually taking advantage of it. So let me see if I can actually get this presentation to do what it's supposed to do here. And show me my Zoom. All right, it's doing what it wants to do, but it's okay. It's going to happen in a minute. One second. Let's see if Zoom is going to, here we go. Thank you. It's coming soon to a theater near you, but it's coming. Let's see. Where's my share? All right, so today we're going to go through the agreement drill. And with the agreement drill, what we have is all based on, I want to give credit where credit is due. This is all based on Grant Cardone University principles, and I am actually sharing the principles from Grant Cardone University so that we can take advantage of the knowledge and the information. So let's talk about the agreement drill. Always, always, always agree with the customer. Grant Cardone actually says that this is the most violated rule in all of selling. People want to come back and disagree and think that someone is going to want to be agreeable afterwards to their service or product. But people move towards what? Agreement, and they move away from what? From disagreement. So you want to agree. You have to agree with your potential business partner, your client, your kids, your co-workers. My kids used to get up in the morning and say, oh, I don't want to go to school today. I understand you don't want to go to school today. I don't want to go to work today either. So let's get up and get dressed. And guess what? They'd roll out of bed and get dressed. If I had said, you're going to school today, no matter what, now we have this disagreement going and we're off schedule. Based on, my exposure to Grant Cardone, I fully believe that agreement is critical to my survival as a daughter, as a spouse, as a business owner. It's critical. If you've ever been with a customer before, you'll notice something. And I'm quoting Grant Cardone directly, that they're more interested in you agreeing with them than you being right. Let me repeat that. Customers are more interested in you agreeing with them than being right. So agree with the customer, then write the proposal. Don't disagree. Don't fight people. Agree with them. Oh, solar is a scam. Yep, solar is a scam. There are definitely scammers out there. It's too expensive. Like when I'm going for the clothes, it's too expensive. Absolutely, solar is expensive. And let's look at how much you're going to pay the electric company over the next 25 years. Oh, you're going to pay the electric company $120,000 over the next 25 years. How much is the solar system? Oh, your solar system is $40,000, Mr. Customer. 120, 40,000. 120, 40,000. Let's go ahead and get you qualified for your 40,000 so you can get your system in. I don't fight. I don't fight them at all. You can't expect someone to agree with you. And let me see if I can move this on here a little bit. All right. Agreement opens the door to connection and influence. The customer's not always right, but guess what? They want to feel heard. They want to feel respected. And I'm going to go to this Bible verse here, and it says, "It is better to live on a corner of a roof than in a house with a contentious woman." It is better to live on the corner of a roof than in a house with a contentious woman. What is contentious? disagreeable. Agree with the customer. They're not always right. If a customer may say, hey, that's black. And you'll say, no, that's white. What are you doing? You're disagreeing. If the customer says it's black, I agree with you, it is black. Or that you think it's black. And then you show them why it might be white in your eyes. Or you just agree, it is black, but black is what you need right now. So let's go ahead and get this deal done. All right, living on the edge, the psychology of agreement. What does it mean, the psychology of agreement? People want to look good and be right. So make your client look good and make your client be right. Don't be contentious. There's no technology that can increase sales like the magic of agreement. There's no lead generation that can increase sales if you don't book the customer and be agreeable with the customer. You can get all the leads in the world, but if you're a disagreeable closer, you're not going to close. You're not going to get the deal. The magic of agreement speaks to the human soul. It speaks to the human psyche. And the fact that people want to move forward or go forward, it's because agreement attracts them. It's a myth to say that opposites attract. Your favorite family member, is that someone? Put it in the chat for me. Your favorite family member that you love to hang out with over the holidays. Are they agreeable with you or disagreeable with you? Which one? Agreeable, right? Why? Because you have certain core beliefs. You have they agree with you. You guys have something in common. You can chat about it. You can talk about it. And even if there's a little bit of disagreement about which team is best, you both can agree that you like basketball, right? That's the person you're going to spend most of the time with over the holidays. There are people in your life that you've got the most agreement with. And those people are the people that you gravitate towards. It's the same thing with your customer. Your customer is more likely to gravitate towards you and your product if you are agreeing with them. If you are agreeing with them. To agree with someone allows you to connect and move forward. When you disagree, it allows you to move apart. So if you see a sale that's not happening or a recruit that suddenly sits back and arms are folded, you have to ask yourself, am I in agreement mode right now? Or am I in disagreement mode? Because when you get into a disagreement mode, this is what happens. They fold their arms and they're locked and loaded and ready to go. But when you are in agreement mode, this is what happens. They unfold and they are more open to hear what you have to say. So that whole opposites attract, people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. And they're going to like you because you are agreeable. It doesn't mean that you're saying you're correct. It means I agree that that is the way you see it. So it's not manipulation. You're not saying, oh, I agree when you really don't agree. You're agreeing with the fact that that is the way they see it. And that opens the door for another perspective. It opens the door for them listening with you. Disagreement or no agreement is why we have some of the issues that we have. It's how partnerships fall apart. It's how marriages fall apart. And it's the main reason that your customers are not buying. You have to be agreeable. No, the myth is that you have to have two people to agree. No, you just need one person to see the other person's side. Let me say that again. You don't need two people to agree. You have one person to see the other person's side. If all of your recruiting interviews end without new builders or affiliates or clients, agree more. Agree more. It doesn't take two. It takes you changing your perspective from what you want to what they are saying so that you can connect, so that you can what? Present them with the right opportunity, the right product or service. It's called the agreement drill. So we're going to pause right here and we're going to practice the agreement drill. I'm going to say something off the wall. I might even say, you know, this whole thing, build thing is a scam. And we're going to practice. So let's see. Miss Laura, would you like to practice with me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Laura, this whole thing you're calling me about with Zeta is a scam.
I understand how you might say that.
Miss Laura, I think they're brainwashing you and they just want you to buy a whole bunch of products. That's why they call you a product of the product.
I get it. I definitely get it.
Yeah. See, Miss Laura smiled, right? And then she said, I get it. I get it. She didn't fight me. She didn't go, what? You said what? She didn't. She just smiled and she agreed with me. Now, Miss Laura, take me to the next step. I think it's a scam, Miss Laura.
I see why you might say that. Oh, you caught me off guard, Dr. Arlene. I see why you might say that. I see why you might say that. And many people say that it's a scam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Laura. Miss Sabrina, you're up with that smiling face and those beautiful braids.
Good morning.
Let's go. Miss Sabrina, I think having to talk to people and all that is just you guys trying to use my network.
I can see why you say that.
Miss Sabrina, you know, I've tried stuff like this before and all of them don't work. Only people at the top make money.
Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you on that. Yes.
And now take me to the next step. The next step is really only people at the top make money. All right. So it's a pyramid? Is that what you're saying? So let's look at the shape of a pyramid. A lot of people have an opportunity, don't they? And then with that opportunity, how many people do the work? As less and less people do the work, right?
The more money they get paid.
Right. Right. Because those people at the quote unquote top did the work to make the money. Everyone had that opportunity, right? All these people had the opportunity. But what you do with the opportunity determines what you make. And those people who are willing to do the work, they get up there here in this smaller section and they make the money. So yes, if that's what you mean by a pyramid, then yes, it is a pyramid. Right? Again, she didn't disagree. She didn't get defensive. I saw her body relax. I saw a smile come on her face and she's like, yes, I agree with you. And then I kind of relaxed back and said, she does agree with me, so I'm right. And then she educated me on what a pyramid shape looks like. And the reason that those people at the top make that money is that everyone had the same opportunity, but the people who put the work in are the ones who will get paid. Thank you, Miss Sabrina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what Grant Cardone says is if you put the top 1% of all closers and sales individuals in a room, you will find that they are the best. They are actually masters and geniuses at agreeing. Again, I want to come back to agreement does not mean they're right. Agreement means I see you, I see your perspective, and agree that that is your perspective. It's not manipulation. You're not just saying it to say it, right? You can actually see their perspective and where they're coming from. So that's how agreement impacts sales. You get a higher close rate. You get more successful at recruiting. You become a stronger person as you agree, because everything inside of you will at first coil up. And I know for me, you come at something that I'm doing, I'm about to come at you. It's about to go down. And for me, I really had to uncoil and take a deep breath and slow myself down to say, it is not about you. It's not about you defending. It's about you agreeing with this person so that you can educate them on why your product, service, or anything else is the best thing for them. And if they don't agree with that, that's fine too. Right? So again, that's the impact it will have on sales. I already talked about the fact that you don't need two people to agree. You just need yourself to agree that this is how you are going to conduct yourself and conduct your business. And that's how you turn objections into agreements. It's too expensive. You're right. It's a big investment. I got it. It's too small. Okay, no problem. What do we need to do to make it bigger? I need time. Smart. Think it through. I agree. You shouldn't make a hasty decision. You do need time. And while you are taking the time, let's go ahead and get you started as an affiliate then. As a matter of fact, while you're taking the time to evaluate, let's get you started as a builder so you can really get in there and get educated about what we offer, about the process, and get your feet wet while you're thinking about it. Especially with the Zeta offer. That's like a no-brainer because they get their first month of builder included. Yeah, let's get your feet wet. Get your box and get your feet wet simultaneously. So turn those objections into profit, into agreement. And then practice, practice, practice. Mr. Bean talks about this over and over and over again. Practice and drill. Grant Cardone talks about it over and over again. Practice and drill. How did you get better at walking? Stop and think about that. We all walk and we run and we take it for granted every day. But when you were 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, you got up and you fell. 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 You hit your head. You bumped your toe. You bust your head. Something. But you got up anyway. It's the same thing with this agreement drill. Practice it. Take one day. And this was hard. I didn't make it through the first 30 minutes without disagreeing with Sarah. Right? Practice it. Practice it with your family. Practice it with your friends. Practice it at work. Practice it all over the place. Just take one day and say, get up with the intention that morning and write it on a card like I do. For today, I will agree with everyone. See how long you last, because I know I didn't last long. You're probably more disciplined than me. That's probably what it is. But I didn't last long. Home, work, text. I can disagree on a text message. No. And then send a little emoji like little steam coming out the air. Right? And if you break it, just reset. But write it down. This for one day or for 1 hour, I am going to agree with everyone. And it's not saying that they're right. It's saying that I see your perspective. I see that is the way you see it. That's all it is. And that was like so hard for me. So how do you use the agreement drill daily? Let's say, for example, and Miss Laura is really good at this because Miss Laura took the challenge about taking her presentation down to 15 minutes. And then I think she took it down to like 12 minutes, right, Miss Laura? Someplace there. Let's say someone says, I only have 10 minutes. Disagreement says, oh, well, I need more than 10 minutes. You ain't got 30? You don't have 15? I need an hour to show you what I need to show you. That's disagreement. Whether you see it as disagreement or not, it is, because that person said to you, I only have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Great. That is more than enough time. It is perfect. So let's practice that, Miss Marva. Unmute yourself.
Good
Miss Marva, I only
morning.
have 10 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. That's all I need.
Miss Marva, I only have 3 minutes.
That's great. When is a good time for us to set an appointment where you have more time?
Ah, do you see what I said up there?
No.
Miss Marva, you should have used those 3 minutes, girl.
I
Because
was
you
setting the
tried to rebook
appointment.
me. You tried to rebook me. What if I don't I'm not ever available again? And I did that intentionally. So I apologize for setting you up that way. I did do it intentionally, and I did it intentionally for that purpose. When someone says, I only have 3 minutes, great. I have a 3-minute video. Swoop, here you go. Let's watch it
The
together.
sizzle. The sizzle.
Right? Because they're captive. They've promised you 3 minutes. So take the 3 minutes. Whoop, here you go. Let's watch this 3-minute video together. Okay, 3-minute video is done. Thank you very much for your time. When's a good time for us to follow up? Or if they're all jacked, then you say, and they're like, wow. And you say, well, can you give me a couple more minutes? Yeah. What'd you like best about what you just saw? Right? Agree. I only have 2 minutes. Great. In this 2 minutes, let me just send you a quick video. It's about 3 minutes long. Let's watch some of it together within your 2-minute time frame. I only have 10 minutes. Awesome. You can do a full-blown one-on-one presentation in 10 minutes. Miss Laura proved that.
Oh,
Finances versus cash. Cash is smart. Let me show you both options. I use that a lot. Right? Cash is smart. Let me show you both options. Cash is smart. Let me show you both options. And as a result, 3 of my deals are cash deals. Right? Learn, practice, drill, practice, drill, practice, drill. And if they're complaining, like I had one client, he was complaining left and right about his homeowners association and them not wanting to approve his plan. And I said, you know what? You're right. They really are dominating and dictating what you can do. Let me help you fix it. And I went right on ChatGPT. I typed in Florida and I asked ChatGPT for a letter to a homeowners association that denied it. And I need them to reference all of the Florida, I need a reference to all the Florida laws that they're breaking. And I took that and I sent it to the client. And we have a follow-up on the 19th with the homeowners association, which I learned from Thomas, by the way. All right. I got to give Thomas Watson some plug in there because he taught me that. And we have a meeting with them. And the client is not going to be able to attend, but his wife is going to be able to attend. So he had her read all of the information I sent him. And then I'm going to be on the phone with her when she goes to the homeowners association meeting. Agreement drill. If I said to him, that dang homeowners association, we would not have ever gotten to the point of, this is how we solve it. This is how we fix it. Let me fix it. You're their fixer. You're that, what was that thing? Olivia Pope? You're their Olivia Pope, right? You are the fixer. Let me fix it. That's how you use the agreement drill, right? That also, what agreement allows you to do is it puts you in control. It puts you in control. You're actually gaining power, not surrendering power. It gives power. I agree with you. It's a powerful statement. Everyone wants to be right and wants to look good. I agree. Try that with your spouse next time things are escalating, or your kids and things are escalating, or your client and things are escalating. Just very calmly say, I agree with you. You don't have to say anything else after that. Or very calmly say, how can I fix it? Food for thought. You get more resistance with disagreement. Agreement is smoother to get to a yes. So here are words that sell, words that close. You're right. I agree. I understand. Let me see what I can do. You're right. I agree. I understand. Let me see what I can do. I want to go to the movies today and I want to see an action movie, and you can't stand action movies. But that person wants to see an action movie. Okay, I agree. Let's go see an action movie. And before we go see the action movie, can we go to dinner? Food for thought. Food for thought. Another one that I like to use is, how can I earn your business? I agree solar is expensive. So how can I earn your business? I agree that maybe the timing isn't right for you right now. And how can I earn your business? I agree that you have 5 other proposals that are less than the proposal I gave you. How can I earn your business? I agree that you have 5 proposals that are less than the proposals I gave you. Now let's go through them and make sure that it's the right system for you. Because one of the things that I found is solar professionals who sell on price, on monthly payment, will downsize a system to meet the budget, but it doesn't meet the needs of that individual. So I will point out, yes, they are giving you a system for $150 a month, and my system is $300 a month, but they're only giving you 40% of the energy that you need, and mine covers 100. So let's do the math. Yes, theirs is less, but let's do the math. And I break it down for them. I actually will go in and I'll say, here's your $150 solar payment, but here's your $200 to $300 to $400 electricity bill, because it's only offsetting 40% and you still have to go to the grid for 60%. Words that sell. I agree. I agree you have 5 other proposals that are less than mine. And let's take a look at these different proposals, and are they really meeting your needs? Words that sell. Closers don't debate. Closers do not debate. You're not there to debate the client. You agree first and you close second. Because another thing that agreement does is it brings out any other objections they may have. I agree that solar can be expensive. If the price were right, is there anything else that would stop you from going solar? That can be solar, that can be Rain, that can be Zeta, that can be home security, that can be the Smart Money Club. I agree that for some people, $199.99 a month is a stretch and is a challenge. And other than the $99 a month, is there any reason you would not take advantage of an opportunity to own 7 different brokerages? Right? Don't swim upstream with objections. When you disagree, it's like swimming upstream. You're going against the current, and that takes work. But when you agree, you're going with the current, and you have to work less. You work smarter when you go with the current. Water puts out fire. So agreement, think of the disagreement as fire. Think about the agreement as water, and the water puts out that fire. It takes away that resistance, right? Now, let's talk about some language that converts. Because closing is a skill, but it's also an art. Then you have to learn the language of your art and your skill. You are right. 3 of the most powerful words are, you are right. Let's all unmute together and say it together. Ready? Unmute. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
You are right.
You're right.
You are right. Let's say the next 2 words together. I agree.
I
Agree.
I agree.
agree.
We are beautiful. I agree.
I agree.
Agree.
We are champions. I agree.
I agree.
We are builders.
I
Agree.
We are
I
a
agree.
force. We are a force. The Foresight family is a force.
I
agree.
Agree.
Multi multimillionaire.
I agree.
Agree.
You are a multimillionaire.
I agree.
I agree.
We are disrupting the internet industry.
I agree.
Agree.
We are dominating the solar market.
I agree.
I agree.
Agree.
We make it rain.
I agree.
Yes. And next one is I understand. Stay unmuted. Next one is I understand. Right? I have a need for personal development.
I understand that.
Okay, let me try that again because I was kind of like, oh, I understand. No, I understand. We have a need for personal development.
I
Understand.
We dominate the solar industry.
I understand.
I understand.
We communicate effectively.
I understand.
We perform the 8-point system every single day.
I understand.
We are millionaires because we attend Millionaire Mindset.
I understand.
That.
Thank you. That is language that converts. I agree. I
I
understand.
agree with that.
I agree.
You are right. So the next time you and your spouse decide that it's time to flare up, the person who is here today will look at their spouse, will take a deep breath and pause, and they will say, I understand. You could be in your mind going, I understand you saying something really stupid right now, but you know what? I am not up for this argument today, so I am just going to agree with you. But I understand. I agree. And you were right. That's the language that converts. Again, all day, I come back to this drill over and over again. And I have to do it over. I will sit in meetings and say, deep breath, smile, and agree. And it's amazing that just internally saying it changes my body language, changes my body posture, and changes the atmosphere of the room. Changes the atmosphere of the room. And that's the power of agreement. It doesn't mean you're saying the person is right. It doesn't mean that you're manipulating that person. It means you're changing the atmosphere to one where we can now, one of our favorite words, collaboration, where we can now collaborate versus clashing. So document where you failed. And then the next time you come up with that scenario again, do the agreement drill and succeed. And try again. It's a muscle. It's muscle memory. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the floor for any questions that we may have before we close out today. Any questions? This is, you can get all of this information. Matter of fact, if you just Google Grant Cardone agreement drill, you can get information. He has a ton of information out there about agreement.
Yeah, Dr. Arlene, you mentioned earlier that information for Grant Cardone is available, what you just said, but you said it's been postings on, has it been on the 4x4?
It's in the VIP lounge. And Omi, where else do we have it?
The VIP lounge?
Chat. It's in the Foresight chat.
The Foresight chat, okay.
Chat as well. Thank you, Ms. Marva.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll look at that. Also, quick question. For anyone and everyone, what has been the most effective source of information for Zeta at this point for everyone?
For me, I refer people to the Zeta site because you have your own Zeta page.
Correct.
There's information there. And then
you talk about the web page?
Yeah, your web page.
Okay. Okay.
And then Mr. Bean's Kevin Ross presentation.
Gotcha.
It's another great location for that, or a great site for that, to be able to. He has little snippets that he's done on his Instagram page. And I think Omi is the one doing those snippets. So if there's a snippet that you see that you, and I don't pay Omi, so.
Right.
So let me
right.
put
Well,
that
I have been using the overview. I've been listening to it over and over. So now I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best thing to send information, because you know some people are lazy; they don't want to read a lot. So I
Right.
figured that the best thing would be to let them listen to something. So the
Yeah.
overview is what I've been sending out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was just looking for other factors.
Yeah, Mr. Bean has some shorts. They call them shorts on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
He also has a 12-minute presentation.
Okay,
Fazetta?
awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the overview, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Arlene. I really appreciate everything you did today.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Any other
Yeah.
questions?
Hey, real quick, hey there, Doc, how you doing?
I'm gonna mute and be quiet.
Oh no need to. No, you definitely did your professor thing today, and I appreciate you. I really do. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's amazing to have an ecosystem within a leadership group where you can say, hey, Doc, I need a trainer, and she's like, just tell me when. And so, well, when is the day? And you guys won today because you got a chance to sit in on an amazing training. And so, as I'm getting ready for our event here in LA, I'm lurking and listening, and I'm excited just over here listening to this woman do her thing, and then watching her hold her audience based on the quality of the content, you know, that she was giving you guys. Nobody dropped off. Everybody participated, and I really appreciate you guys showing her your appreciation, you know, by being on, taking notes, and participating, and letting her know that her time wasn't in vain. And next week, you got another one. Dale Boudreaux is going to be on Killing It next week. But you know, we have a really legit core leadership group of trainers and presenters that I'm extremely proud about, and we are so set up as an organization to come in and do some dominating with Zeta, because after this tour is over with, and the upcoming changes that you know we are making behind the scenes. For those of you who've never made a seven-figure income in a direct sales network marketing, any type of company like this, you will definitely have your chance. For those of you who've never made 5 figures a month, multiple 5 figures a month in a company like this, you will have your chance. I'm over here pushing. When I say pushing, you know, for 3-tier packs over here, because Zeta, in my personal opinion and argument, you know, has put us in a position where now we can have a 1350 pack based on the fact that a 1350 to $1,400 pack based on the fact that that's going to be the prices of, which will be our anchor price, and then we can have a medium pack, which would be anywhere between $500 to $600, $700, whatever it's going to be, based on, again, still having access to Zeta, but also our trading platform when it comes to automated trading and for our Omni program. And then we'll have our 199. So we're going to have that builders pack. But once we actually have, you know, everything online this month, and we launch everything full scale, that coded bonus is going to be ridiculous. It's going to pay people in ways they've never been paid before. But it's also going to make sure that you guys get to ranks that you've never achieved before, because now when you actually have those Zeta packs moving, you know, through you and through your group, your rank is advancing and your income is advancing. Then you have the most powerful recruiting tool that you'll ever have, which will be your income. Trust me, I know. So this is the thing I've been focusing on. This is the product I've been asking for. The product is 3 packs instead of 1, the tier packs, the anchor pack, because that's the product that people really care about in these times. Again, we have things that everybody want, need, and can afford. But when it comes to opportunity, if you're not making any money, you're not selling anything to anybody who wants to really join. So continue, guys, to learn, you know, everything you get a chance to learn when it comes to Zeta, you know, like MJ said, because she gave you the answer. They are, you know, some 12-minute videos that are out there, some 3-minute videos that are out there. You'll know what's out there if you know, come through the 4x4 group. Okay. And so I tell you guys every day, you are a shareholder, right? If this is truly your company and you care about the growth of your company, the direction of your company, right? And where you sit in the grand scheme of things as a company, you don't rely on other shareholders to give you information. You go to the source, right? You go to the company logs, you go to the company data, you go to where they record the minutes, and you go where they record the conversations, and you go out there and you make sure you get your information for your company. Remember, when it comes to Zeta, I want to make sure that we explain something very, very thoroughly to you guys. If you haven't got it, I hope this helps you. Like we talked about last week with Dale, and we talked about Dale increasing the price, of the stock that company had that they gave him when they basically put him in a position to run the company. He, as the owner, the indirect and third party owner of the company, increased the value of the stock, therefore increasing his position in ownership, right? So nobody has control over how fast the stock grows than you. Okay, so when you look at how you grow your stock, when it comes to the blockchain, it comes to cryptocurrency and things like that, when you have a service on a blockchain, there are three things that drive value and push the value of a coin. Okay, and I want to make sure you got to take a very, very close attention to this, because what I'm about to say is going to sound kind of familiar to you. Okay, and it's going to mess some of y'all up. How simple it is. First thing is this: community. Okay, the community drives, value. You see, there's a lot of companies that are out there, a lot of tokens that are out there that blew up, like Dogecoin blew up. It blew up because of community, not utility. It blew up based on a tweet. It blew up based on having millions of people follow somebody, and they hit a button and hit send, and they drove buying into a frenzy. Okay, and so it went up, and then it went down. But guess what? It's still there. You know why? Because of the community, and everybody in that community wants to keep that coin just in case somebody sends another tweet one day and it goes back up. So they're fearful of allowing that coin to go anywhere. They're never going to let that coin go anywhere. But the community, it was the reason why they made so much money as a people, as a token. That's one. We have the ability to build an elite community based on word of mouth, based on network marketing, based on direct sales, based on business brokering, based on us going out there and telling everybody about Zeta. We can build the community. If the community doesn't get built, guess whose fault it is? Ours. Has nothing to do with the coin, okay? Just for the record. The second thing is the utility. Less than 1% of the tokens that are on the market, less than 1% of a percent of the tokens out there on the market have an actual utility, which means that something that's tangible, you can see, use, and it brings value to your life, and value to the market. Guys, every one of you guys have been using an actual router for over 2 decades. I'm gonna give you that credit. The average age on this group is over 30. Okay, closer to 40. So that means that as long as you've had internet in your house, you've had our utility. Except it was on another brand. You're just changing the brand. Okay? That's it. By changing your brand, you now get a chance to make money off of being on the internet for the first time in your life. Because we can't get you off of social media, right? What's costing you money? We may as well keep you on social media, right? And let you make money on it, because you're gonna be running up the usage anyway. So when you, your kids, your grandkids are on social media all the time, you're gonna be mining, right? You're gonna be mining. You hear about Bitcoin mining. Some of y'all didn't really have a good understanding of what Bitcoin mining was until Zeta. So now, while people are using the equipment, the box, right? The box is the equipment. While people are using a unrecognizable amount of electricity. When I say unrecognizable, it's again, it's not that much when it comes to electricity, because it's the same amount of electricity you're already using. right? When it comes to mine, because you bought the utility, you bought the equipment, you're using your electricity, right? They're allowing you to have coins being built every day, okay, created every day, and for your wallet based on your usage. So again, the utility. Everybody around the world needs, wants, and desires faster, better internet, faster downloading speed. They want increased area, when it comes to where, what space and how much space they have around their dwelling that they can use. They want to have something that can create a global turn the world into a global hotspot, right? They want something that can decentralize the internet, right? They want something that can give them the privacy information and take all the videos that they thought nobody would see except for the girlfriend or boyfriend off the internet. So that's a utility, guys. That's a utility. Your social security number and driver's license coming off the internet and being in a place putting you in a position of comfort, right? Because nobody can now get it. That's a utility. So we have the actual utility. So when you have a utility, you really don't need a community. But we have a community and the ability to build one. And then the third thing that drives the value of a coin is big buying, huge purchases. Okay. So we turn the Zeta into a pack because you're already paying for it anyway. We turn Zeta into a pack for a community of builders, right? That means that we have consistent purchases. We don't have one-time purchases, where we got something they just flood the market, drive the value up, and then the whales pull all their coins out of the market. Guys, we will have consistent purchases on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. The amount of purchases will never stop. So the security and stability of the actual box, of the token won't come down. It'll only go up, right? And so you see people who get the tokens and then they turn around and say, you know what, man, I love this. This is hot, man. The token went up to $1 and I bought 4 boxes. So I have 200,000 coins, and now, it went up to $100. And now I got $200,000 based on, my $2,000 purchase or my $2,500 purchase. I'm gonna cash out. That little 200,000 tokens ain't hurting nothing. It ain't crashing the stock. It ain't crashing the value, of the actual thing. It's not doing anything to it because we didn't allow a whale to come here and buy 1 million tokens for nothing. So those packs are going to continue to be purchased, which means that the bigger the company gets, the bigger the group gets, your group gets, the bigger the company gets, the more people get to purchase the packages. So now the package purchases increase on a regular basis instead of decrease. So now you have that third dynamic, which is a manufactured big purchase coming every day, every week, every month, right? And so that's what continues to drive the value of the coin. So you have the only 3 dynamics in existence, right? And each one of those in token and I say tokenomics, each one of those have always been standalone things because you've never really found any of those 3 things together for the most part, ever. Okay, so you have them in one place at one time, first mover's advantage, right? Before we go and on Solana, before we go and go from the decentralized wallet to one of these other wallets, as you have the ability to go out there and build up how many tokens you have, then put as many people in place as possible, so you can figure out how many people you want to have mining that you override. Because maybe that 2/3, 1/3, like say Doc recruits me, and I'm actually mining, let's say 1,000 tokens a month, something of that nature. Well, that means that she's recruiting me. She's getting 667 tokens a month. Okay. If I recruit Kim and Kim is doing 1,000 tokens a month, that means that Doc is getting 333 tokens a month plus my 666 tokens. So she's getting 1,000 tokens a month based on our mining. So I need you guys to really understand what I'm saying right here. This is the right time, the right place, based on your sanity and your mental health for the future, you better become the right person, right? And do the right thing. Because when you do, you'll have the right lifestyle. When it's all said and done, a lot of people are going to be filthy, stinking, hog nasty rich after this. And it would be a shame for you not to be one of them, because you can't say that you wasn't here. You wasn't first. You didn't know the CEO. You didn't know the VP of sales. You didn't know it. That is, people are going to see this 10, 15 years from now and hate they missed it. Hate they didn't know anything about it. And they can get on with their life because it's just like anything else anybody else missed, but you will not be able to move along so easily because you were here. You were first. Okay. But it's not enough to be first. To see it, you have to be the first to act. That's what the definition of first really is. Okay. So I want to be the first to say thank you again, Doc, for one hell of a conversation today and training. I appreciate your servitude, and I really do want each and every last one of you guys to go ahead and start sending me questions because, again, once we start, it's not just for today, because it will go live today from what I understand. It's not just for today, but every stop that we go on, I want to be able to have questions for my interview, my conversation, with the CEO, Kevin Ross and Zeta. And make sure that each and every last one of you guys, I know I got a message from Laura, and Laura's commitment to attendance is unparalleled. I love the fact that, James says, you know what, man, you're making it hard for me with this 5-city tour. He said to get to all 5. He said, but that's my goal, to get to all 5. That's a one-man band, one-man gang. Laura, however, she's shooting for two events, DMV event and Atlanta event, and she's shooting to have not just herself there, but her team there and guests there. That's how you win, guys. That's how you go out there and you change lives. That's how you go out there and you create, a true retirement and a true package when it comes to what these struggles are about to do. And so go out here, guys, and just don't just do your best, because sometimes your best ain't good enough. You go out good enough. Sometimes you got to go out here and be determined to make your best better. So with that, Doc, I'll turn it back over to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. And guys, let's go out here and dominate.
Thank you, sir. Love you and the Mrs. Moore. You all are our fearless leaders, and we just thank you and appreciate all that you do in every which way that you all have put us in positions to win. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There is nothing I can add to what our leader just put on the table for us. Let's go out. Let's build our businesses. Let's build our people. Let's build our legacies. Everyone have a great day.
Amazing training.